My name is Rachel Peretta, and this is my digital story about emotional literacy. I gathered information and resources from the web, and this is what I found. Being emotionally literate means the ability to recognize, understand, and appropriately express your emotions. Recently, there has been a push for schools to recognize emotional literacy and instruct students to be competent with this skill. Some people say educating the heart is as important as educating the mind. So why is emotional literacy important, and why are many educators viewing this type of literacy as extremely important to address in schools? First of all, many times feelings of anger or hatred come from the inability to understand or express one's emotions, or the inability to identify with the emotions of others. Teaching emotional literacy can lead to a more respectful and more tolerant environment, where students can learn to resolve conflict non-violently. A respectful and tolerant classroom environment will lead students to have a more positive attitude towards school. A lack of emotional literacy can cause people to be anxious or sad, and in turn less successful. Teaching about how to identify and express one's emotions can help students understand situations that are really worth getting upset over versus situations that are just temporary. Students who can manage their emotions can pay attention better, leading to greater academic achievement. Now that I've shared the importance of emotional literacy, I'll share some ways to help foster emotional literacy. One activity is to have students write or draw about what they are feeling, or discuss it verbally. Read stories aloud and let students read stories aloud, especially stories that provide opportunities to discuss emotion. This is good practice using language to communicate emotions. Help students relate stories read in class to their own life and their own feelings. Allow older students to be role models to younger students. When older students know they are being given responsibility and know they are being looked up to, they will make better decisions and can learn to communicate more effectively. Younger students will learn to solve problems and communicate better as well. Encourage students to think realistically. Decide what things are really worth getting upset over and which things are just temporary. Here are some activities I tried out with my sisters. In the first activity, I asked my sister, Eva, to identify a time when she felt angry. I asked a series of questions that allowed her to reflect on how she felt and reacted to the situation and why. Think of a time when you felt angry. Describe what happened.
The time that I felt angry was when my sister ate my donut and I was going to eat it. So I got really mad at her and I yelled at her a lot.
You yelled at her?
Yeah.
What kinds of things did you say to her?
Said like, Isabella, why do you do that? Because I was going to eat it and now I'm really mad at you and stuff like that.
I had Eva try to identify other feelings that are present when she is feeling angry. What else were you feeling when this happened?
I felt very mad. I was hungry for my donut because she ate it. And I was kind of sad because I think the donut wanted to go in my stomach and not hers.
I also wanted to try and get her to reflect on the reasons behind her emotions. Yeah, why did you feel like that?
Because I told her specifically not to eat the donut, and then when I got home, she's like, Eva, I ate your donut, and there was like just crumbs left, and I got super mad at her.
Next, I wanted to get her thinking about better ways to handle herself when she is feeling hot-headed. Okay, so what was something you could have done differently that would have made the situation a little bit easier for you or for your sister?
I could have took a deep breath and said, Isabella, please next time don't eat my donut because I was going to eat that.
In my next activity, I tried to get my sisters, Eva and Isabella, to think about what certain emotions feel like. This would be a fun activity for students and a good way to help them identify emotions. Before someone can communicate how they are feeling, it is essential to recognize the emotions involved. This is Eva and Isabella's skit that they made up to show what it feels like to be irritated. Action.
Hey Rachel,
Hey.
I like waffles. Do you like waffles?
I like waffles. Yep.
Hey guys, do you like my hat?
I like dogs.
Look at my new hat. And I also got this pumpkin that I carved.
Anyway.
And do you guys want to see my dance? And it goes like this. It goes,
I like
dance,
turtles.
dance, dance, dance. Woo!
Jesus,
Dance,
be quiet! Sorry.
I had tried many different activities with my sisters. Some were more successful than others. It became very clear that emotional literacy is not something that can be learned overnight. Instead, learning emotional literacy is an ongoing process, but will provide skills that are essential for productive communication and healthy relations throughout life.